The following program has been rated TVG, general audiences. Most parents would find this program suitable for all ages.
Hi, I'm Fran Foster of Pawtucket Lodge in East Bridgewater. Welcome to our program. Today we're going to be talking with Worshipper Rick Austin. He's a past master of Puritan Lodge, and he is the Grand Lodge Awareness Chairman for Grand Lodge. And we're going to be talking about community service. Now, a lot of you don't realize what Masons do for the community. We have blood drives, 4 times a year, but there's most every month there's a blood drive going on somewhere in the area. And how many pints of blood does the...
About 16,000
in a year. In a year.
Massachusetts Masons donate to the Red Cross.
That's quite a figure.
Sure enough, it is.
All right, that's one of the things that we do as a community service. One of the other things that we do is every Sunday, one of the lodges in the of the 8 lodges in the district goes up to the VA hospital in Brockton and escorts patients to chapel service. This coming Easter Sunday, it's going to be Pawtucket's turn. So we do that as a service to our veterans. And one of the other important things that is going to be coming up very soon in the Brockton area is the CHIP program. Now, CHIP stands for Child Identification. It's where we go up and we take a video, for 4 or 5 minutes, of a child to capture his facial characteristics and voice characteristics. We take the fingerprint of the child, and this package is then given to the parent totally free of charge.
Correct.
Now, what is the purpose of this? Well, how did it start?
The Child Identification Program began in another state. I can't tell you where and how many years ago, but Grand Lodge of Massachusetts adopted it approximately a year and a half ago. What they decided to do is, you know, you and I know from being a Mason how much good we do. What a lot of people don't realize is that Masons in whole throughout the world donate $2 million a day to a charity. I think everybody has heard of the Shrines Burns Institute, and that's, you know, everybody thinks of a Shriner. But what people don't realize is that you have to be a Mason before you can be a Shriner, and it is part of the Masonic family. So Grand Lodge thought that there should be more public awareness of Masonry and the good that we do throughout our communities. So they adopted this program, like I said, 18 months ago, and it is a program in which we go out completely free. We have raised our own money, the local lodges. There happen to be in this district 8 lodges. And between money donated from them and businesses, we come up with the money for the tapes. We have a parent bring their children to a designated location. In this case, it's going to be the Westgate Mall. We get permission from the parent. The parent is right with the child at all times. We then put them in front of a camera and we videotape them. And it's about a 4-minute interview process. And the questions that we have come up with have been questions that the state police have asked us to ask, psychologists, questions for older kids. Where would they digress to? Would they go to a mall? What kind of movies do they like? What kind of food do they like? But we're more, as you said earlier, looking for mannerisms of the child. We can see the color of their hair, you know, the color of their eyes. We then give this tape back to the parent with the fingerprint kit. So in the unfortunate circumstances that the child is abducted, that they can turn this over to the police. Now, our intent is to do this on a yearly basis. So the parent can bring the tape back and we can do another 4-minute interview and try to follow the child up from age 0 to 18 years of age.
Well, it's designed for ages 2 to 18, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's really even infants. The last one that we ran, which was in August, we ran 2 days at the Westgate Mall. We did 860 children, ranging anywhere from 2 days old to 18 years of age. We actually had 2 kids 2 days old. And what we do with the younger people, the younger children, is they will just sit in the parent's lap, and we will ask the parent the question, and really from infant to 2, that's how we have to do it. But again, we get the mannerisms of the child. We see the head and everything. And what's more important, as you said earlier, is it is 100% free. Even if someone tried to give us $2, $3, we would not accept it. We would give it right back to them. This is something that we want to do for our communities. It's unfortunate that we have to do it, but in this day and age, it's something that's being done.
Now, it should be emphasized that you don't have to be a Mason to partake in this. Anybody in Massachusetts with children can come and take part in it.
Correct. What we've done with this one is we've actually tied ourselves heavily in with the school. There are 8 lodges in our district. We have Brockton, Hanson, Whitman, East Bridgewater, Abington, and Bridgewater. And there are actually 3 lodges in Brockton. So there are 8 lodges in total in this district. We have gone to all the school systems in those districts, and we have asked if they would send a copy of a poster home with the children. That is going home this week as we speak. They're all out. And we have over 35,000 posters out. We have also posted this in church bulletins, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Our intent is we will not turn anybody away. We will stay open as long as we have to, and our whole intent is to do as many children as we can in this 4-day period.
Now, this is the April vacation, the school vacation, April 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Correct.
26th is from
11 to 6.
11 to 6.
Correct.
And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are from 9 in the morning until 9 at night.
Correct. And also, we've been very fortunate that the Westgate Mall has supported us, and they are donating the space and everything, but they are also running like a small kids fair during this. It's all focused around what we're doing, but they'll have a puppet show and probably a magician there Thursday and Friday. We're also, we've got some of the shrine clowns coming down to keep the kids busy. So there's going to be other activities. The other thing I would like to stress is that it is not a time-consuming thing. From the point that you, come in and register to the point that you're out of there is hopefully less than 10 minutes. If we don't have anybody there, it definitely is less than 10 minutes. But the last time, as we saw, the crowds started, and but it's really a 4-minute interview process, and so from the point that we take the app to there, it should be 10 minutes that they're out of there.
Very good. So that's one of the important things that we're doing for the community. And Masonry has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. They have recorded instances of large doings way back in 900 A.D.
Correct.
So we're an ancient society.
Correct. 50,000 strong in Massachusetts at this point. 5 million throughout the world. It's a very strong organization based on the basis is that we have morals, we believe in a supreme being, and that's basically it. A lot of people think there are a lot of secrets in Masonry, but there aren't any.
There are no secrets.
You can go to any library. You look at any Masonic building, they're well marked. Masonic jewelry, you have some on, I have some on. It basically, Masonry focuses to try to make all of us better people. And like I say, I think it's just these people that are trying to get out and help in their communities. Now, I know here in Whitman, we've adopted an island. We're cleaning up an island, planting flowers, items like that. We've sponsored a soccer team. There are many things, and every lodge is doing something different in their own community. And I would also like to say, when I said that $2 million a day is being given to charities, that $2 million is something we can document. but that doesn't take into consideration items like this chip program that will be costing us $3,000 to $4,000 to run. That isn't even in that $2 million number a day.
Right.
So I don't think people actually realize what masonry does for the communities, and this is what we're trying to do is to get it out a little better.
Too many years, masonry has been the secret society. Well, it's time to start telling people who we are and what we do. This is the main purpose of the programs that I've been putting on, to tell the public who we are and what we do. The principal tenets of our society are friendship, relief, and brotherly love. And the lessons that are taught in our lectures, in our degrees, they are beautiful lessons, beautiful stories, and it points to a better way of life.
Correct. And I think we're both very proud of it.
Yes, I am extremely proud.
Correct.
There you see a picture of the square and compasses. Each of those instruments, the architect's instruments, has a meaning to Masons. It is explained beautifully in the degrees. Now, this chip program, other people have been doing chip around the area. How does ours differ from theirs?
Well, I don't think other people do a chip we call a chip, a child identification program. What they're doing is they're taking a snapshot of a child and putting it in a little sleeve, and they're fingerprinting them, and then the parents take that home. What we're doing, and I think it's the first that I've heard of in Massachusetts at this point, is we're actually videotaping the child. So again, what the psychologists and the state police and the local police have said, that they like to see the mannerisms of the child. See, how they move, how they speak. You can see if they have a lisp or anything like that. And so, it's more expensive to do it this way. You have the camera equipment. We will have at least 4 cameras running, if not 5. So I think that's where, right now, that I see in Massachusetts, that it differs. Now, I'm sure somewhere down the line there's going to be more and more people doing it this way. And like I say, we have the ability to bring those tapes back, and so that as the next year the child's a year older, we can tape it, and so they have a progression of the child. They can see how they're growing. So again, if a child is abducted at 7, 8 years old, and we have 2 or 3 years, the police can see how the child has grown and can project how the child is going to grow. So I think that helps tremendously compared to the picture.
Well, through computer technology, if they have a certain growth level that they can view, through computer technology, they can project what a child would look like, say, at 18.
Correct.
Now, this has been going on for 18 months in Massachusetts by the Masons. And do they have a figure of how many that have been videotaped through this process?
At this point, there has been 20,000 children in Massachusetts videotaped in the last 18 months. 10% of those have been right here in this area, in what we call this district, which would be Brockton Masonic District. So that's quite a number, and it's growing daily. We have to schedule the cameras through Grand Lodge, 2 of the cameras, and then with the help of companies like Media One who support us with their cameras, and operators. There are some Media One operators that are also Masons, and so they come down and they operate the cameras. This is going to grow tremendously. Right now in Grand Lodge, there's about a 2 to 3 month leeway time just to be able to get the cameras now, whereas last year you could get them pretty fast.
So 2 or 3 months waiting period for cameras?
Just to get the cameras.
Wow.
And so what a lot of the lodges are doing throughout the Massachusetts is, like I say, they're going to their local cable companies to see if they can help. And what has been nice, Fran, is the fact that I don't think anybody has turned me down on anything I've asked them for. whether it be the local cable companies, whether it be the local businesses. We've got approximately 150 volunteers from this area that are going to be helping us on this. You know, it's tremendous. The school districts, you know, I've talked to all the superintendents, and it's been every answer, yes, we'll do it, we'll help you, we think it's a great idea. And so what I'm seeing from just a year ago when we ran it, that the support is tremendous out there. And like I say, it's just snowballing, this program. And like I say, it's unfortunate that it's snowballing, but it is, and we'll do what we can.
Oh, yes, it's unfortunate that there's a reason for it.
Correct.
But I understand you're practically going to be living up there for the 4 days.
Yeah, from 9 to 9. What happened the last time, which we didn't even realize it was going to happen, was we went to set up on a Friday at 1 o'clock. And it takes us a few hours to set up. And we had a line waiting before we could even, you know, get the doors open, and the lines just didn't stop. And so we were only going to do it for a short period, but we just couldn't turn people away. And, you know, we were easily, at one point, 50 deep, but we were able to get them in and out of there. People didn't wait a half hour because we ran so many cameras, and we strictly get them in and out of there. Some people might have had to wait 10 minutes before we interviewed them, but we had the process down pretty good. But it's an awful long time. We have some men who are going to be there all 4 days from 9 in the morning until 9 at night, and so it's...
Yeah, I'm going to be up there myself.
Yes, I'm sure.
And I got my wife to help me.
Well, that's the other important thing. I think that it's not... We're supporting this through masonry, but it's not just masons that are helping us. It's gone well beyond that. Now, down in Fall River, they ran this child identification program with the post office. And the post office employees came out, ran the cameras, did the interviewing, you know, did the cards ahead of time. And what has now happened is the post office in Fall River has taken it upon themselves to want to run one of these every year. And so they're, with the help of Masons, running it. And so, as you said, your wife is helping, my wife is helping. We have some young adults that are going to help, the Rainbow, the DeMolay. The other thing that has happened is again, something I'm involved in many organizations, you know, most of them charitable, and I've run a lot of different functions, but my phone has never rung off the hook like it has with this, with people just offering to help. I mean, today I've had 3 calls today alone, just offering, we want to be there, we can help you.
That's great.
It is, and it makes you feel good.
Right. Yeah. Now, you mentioned the calls. You've also had a lot of calls from other people asking for information how to set one up, haven't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
There's an 800 number, I think it's running across the screen, of Grand Lodge that anybody can call who would like to see one of these programs being run, and Grand Lodge coordinates it so they can tell the person where one is being run for that weekend or whatever. And so obviously if someone wanted to run one in this area, they're going to patch them over to me because I'm the district awareness chairman in this area. And we would be more than willing to come out and help people. I mean, prime example of one that a gentleman's trying to run over in Brockton is opening day for Little League. They're going to have 250 kids there. I mean, we plan on doing in that 4 days 2,000 children. But it doesn't mean that it has to be done on that scale as well. I've seen them done as small as 9 children. It's an awful lot of work for 9 children, but I've seen it done. Like I said, the local Little League, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, you know, we don't care. And if they want to get involved and have us show them how to run it, we're more than willing. And again, at no cost to anybody other than ourselves who are running it.
And if anyone has any interest in what we do and has any questions about Freemasonry, they can call the Grand Lodge number also.
Correct.
And they will put them in, either answer their question or put them in touch with somebody who can answer their question.
Correct. It's a growing, like I say, it's a growing program. It's something we're learning each day as we run these, you know, how to try to make them a little better, how to do a little more. But right now, The comments, I think from in August when we ran it to now, the difference that I just see in our own friends is tremendous, only for the fact that the comments that we received when we ran this last time. And it just made your heart feel great that you were even involved in such a program. And like I say, it snowballed, and we're going to go gun-ho this time.
Well, unfortunately, last year I couldn't be there for other reasons. But this year I will be there and do what I can to help.
We're going to need your help, and everybody else who can help.
Well, we're going up, well, maybe I shouldn't say this on TV, but we're going up Wednesday afternoon to set up.
Yeah.
And then we'll actually start operating on Thursday morning.
Correct. We'll also be on BET
Yep.
Wednesday morning, and then we will be setting up. And more than likely, the same thing that happened the last time. If someone's there and wants us to videotape their child, we're going to do it. We're not going to turn anybody away. But and this process behind the scenes, I mean, started 6 months ago. It just didn't happen overnight.
Yes, I know. I've written a lot of letters to the various companies soliciting donations, and from all the lodges too.
And like I say, right now this is the big emphasis. We would like everybody to get to know masonry around this CHIPS program, but as I said earlier, there are so many other things that Masons do that people don't even realize. I had mentioned the Shrine Hospital. There are 22 hospitals throughout the United States, all burns, handy kids, for prosthetic devices, things like that. Again, it cost $130 million to support these hospitals, and I don't know if you know anybody who's been in the Shrine Burns Institute, but we won't accept any money from anybody. And, between things like that, like you said earlier, the blood drives, pancake breakfasts, scholarships, every lodge I know here in Whitman, and I know Hanson as well, Pawtucket.
Yep.
We do scholarships through the CSF. I mean, we've never stood up and taken the recognition that I think we're deserving, like other organizations, and we're finding that it is time that we stand up and get some recognition.
Right. Too long we've been the Quiet Society, known as the Quiet Society.
Correct.
But it is a great organization, and I've been reading some of the history of Freemasonry. And, of course, some of the books, John Robinson, Born in Blood, Pilgrim's Path. You can go to most any library in the country and find all kinds of books on Freemasonry to explain what it is and how it started, what they believe it started. They don't really know, because a lot of the records have been lost or destroyed.
But weren't most of the signers on the Declaration of Independence?
There were 13 of them, I think. I'm not sure of that, but the Boston Tea Party was supposedly Mason.
We don't want to admit to that.
Well, it was rebellion against tyranny.
Yeah.
Taxation without representation. But they thought enough of it that it is believed strongly that the Boston Tea Party were all Masons. A good portion of them were Masons. To show the British tyrant that we wouldn't put up with it anymore.
Paul Revere, Ben Franklin.
Paul Revere was the Grand Master of Masons in Massachusetts.
George Washington.
He was a Master of the Lodge in Virginia. Harry Truman was a Grand Master of the Grand Lodge in Missouri. There were many, many famous people. Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, John Wayne, all Masons. Red Skelton, he just passed away recently, was a 33rd degree Mason. I forget where he joined, but he was a 33rd degree Mason.
Well, when you say 33rd, I think people also hear the terms York Rite, Masonry, Scottish Rite, and again, what people think is these are all different organizations, but they aren't.
No.
They're all Masons, and you have to be a Mason to belong to any of those organizations.
The primary focus of Masonry is on what they call the Blue Lodge, the first 3 degrees of Freemasonry. The others are called appendant bodies, and it goes on and teaches through plays and skits, emphasizing the lesson that you learn in the first three degrees. So they're no more a Mason than a third-degree Mason.
Yeah.
But it's just, like I say, they call it a pendant body. Rainbow is a part of the Masonry, Eastern Star, the Malay, the Grotto. It's all part of Masonry.
And they all do their own.
And they all have their own philanthropies that they donate to.
Correct.
Yes, yes.
And they,
Now, you mentioned that there are 8 lodges in the district. Who are they and where are they?
we have Baylor Sanford in Brockton. We have Fellowship in Bridgewater, Sheridan Lodge in Whitman, St. George Lodge in Brockton, John Cutler in Abington, Paul Revere in Brockton, Setauket in East Bridgewater, and Wampatuck in Hampton.
Mm-hmm. Now, the process of the registration, you said, takes 4 minutes. What is the process? How does it go about?
Well, I think it's when I said 4 minutes, I meant the videotaping is 4
Okay.
minutes. One of the questions, as we alluded to earlier, 2 questions people are always asking me is how much does it cost? And I just can't stress enough it's free. But second, do we keep anything? Do we keep copies of the tapes or anything? Because the parents are concerned about that, and rightfully so. And the answer is no, we don't keep anything but a registration card. And the process is this. You come up to us, you have to be a legal guardian or a parent. We will not videotape any child without the permission of a parent or legal guardian. You come to a registration desk, it's a one-piece card, and basically what it says is you're giving us permission to videotape your child. That goes into Grand Lodge and strictly is used at Grand Lodge for reference purposes. We do not sell off lists. We don't do anything with that. It's strictly for our own purposes and the fact that someone's given us permission.
For our own protection, then.
Correct. So then what we do from there, it takes a minute to fill that out. It's not a big deal. You just put your name, address, and again, we don't call you. We're not looking for anything. You won't hear calls down the line. People get concerned about that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it just stays up at Grand Lodge. That takes about a minute. You then go over to a booth that we have set up. Now, the parent stays right with the child the whole time. We have a height chart. The child stands in front of the height chart, has their name on a card in front of them, and the child is right out of camera view. The parent is right out of the view, but is standing right there.
Mm-hmm.
We then start the interview process. It takes about 4 minutes. Once it's done, we hand the parent back the videotape. It has the fingerprint kit inside, and we have them do that at home. It's too messy to do it at the mall. Most people are there to go out to supper, to do some shopping, so we don't want them to get messy. We then have a viewing booth where they go over and they put the tape in and they view to make sure the tape came out right and everything, and if everything's all set, they're then on their way. And like I say, we'll have clowns there and balloons and things to keep the kids busy if the line does start, but we have enough cameras that people won't have to wait. So again, from the beginning process all the way to the end of viewing the tape, you're probably there 10 minutes total, and it's very fast. And again, let's say you have a family of 4 or 5 kids. It's not 10 minutes a kid because, like I said, we have 4 or 5 cameras set up. So what we do is we try to put the children in each camera so the parent can get right out of there. So it's something we don't want to take a lot of the parents' time either.
Do you have any problems with fidgety children?
Every now and then, but the parents help us out with them. They stand right there. And like I say, you can tell, and the questions are quick and to the point. Again, people ask, do we write down their height, age, anything like that? And basically, those are the questions. We don't write it down, but we ask them. The color of your eyes, any distinguishing birthmarks. What do you like to eat? Where do you like to go? Questions like that. There was once a show out that kids say the darndest things, and I'll tell you that there are some very comical answers that come out of these kids.
Are there?
Yes. I can't mention some of them.
Okay. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
So don't forget the April vacation, school vacation,
Correct.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And
23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th.
right. And we're all going to be there, and we're going to have a grand time.
Yeah.
Videotaping children.
And I thank you for having me on the program with you, Fran, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to have you on the program. I think this is important, that we should get this message out to let the public know that, well, this is coming up, and what we're going to do with it.
Well, I couldn't turn you down when you told me how much I get paid.
How much you get paid? the same amount I get paid, huh? Rick, thanks a lot for being on the program.
No problem. Thank you, Fran.
Thank you. This is Fran Foster saying good night. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.